There's three things I believe that most startups or early stage entrepreneurs or small business owners lack confidence in severely. The first one is...
There is some pseudo energy with confidence.
Yes, there is.
Yeah, that's why the most audacious people tend to get the bigger clients.
Yes.
Because they're also willing to go the hard yards
and
put
do the
themselves
thing.
out.
Exactly. Yeah. It's literally us just not having confidence, not thinking. Because I think when we found out what other companies were charging, I literally almost fainted. I was like, what is going on? I felt like we were just not as good as the other businesses.
Was involved in marketing.
Yes. But yeah, that's what I was feeling like, oh, we just are not that one. Imagine thinking you coming with value to someone is disturbing them.
Yeah, honestly, that's what I was saying. It's a truly beneficial relationship.
Yes.
I'm solving a problem that you have.
Yes.
You're paying me for it. Win-win.
Yes.
Okay? Confidence is built.
No, it's not something that is just innate.
Yeah.
It just lives in you. No, you have to work on it.
It comes from somewhere. Like you can do stuff daily to
give. Yeah.
Dude, if we fail, we fail. We'll figure it out when we get there. We'll cross that bridge.
You see how he thinks, the audacity. Me, I don't have that.
Hi guys, I'm Atu.
And I'm Michelle.
And we are co-founders of Jackfruit, a web design studio based in Cape Town. Welcome to another episode of The Entrepreneur's Narrative.
Yeah.
Today we are making, I don't know if you guys can guess, but it should be pretty obvious. We're making a drink.
First of all, yes.
One is alcoholic, one's non-alcoholic. There's pineapples. It's self-explanatory.
And there's coconut and pineapples. Okay. One is a virgin because Atu doesn't drink.
Yeah.
I drink, so I'm having alcohol in mine. Yeah.
So let's get going.
So you want to start? Let's go.
Do you mind getting me the ice while I cut this up?
Sure.
Okay. So I'm not too sure how to make this because obviously I don't know.
We're gonna, as the spirit moves.
As the spirit moves.
Leads. We're gonna, So we don't need too much of that.
Yeah, I think it's just what cut it into a diamond.
You need to make the pieces small because they need to be crushed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Atu, why again are we making a pina colada? This was your suggestion.
So once again, I'm a simple man and I like things quick. So yeah, I couldn't think of anything fast to cook that would be entertaining, like a wrap or something. So I just thought drinks instead. And yeah, I obviously don't drink, so I don't know too much about alcohol. So this is it, guys. Yeah. Anyway, today's episode.
The more confidence you have in your business, the better it does.
Yeah.
And the less confidence you have, you're basically taking it to the trenches. The reason why I wanted to talk about this is because this is it's almost like a defining factor for whether your business succeeds or not.
Oh.
So I don't know, that has been so evident in Jackfruit's trajectory to the point where I believe that if we had more confidence in Jackfruit and us, in our ability to provide value to our clients, and all of that, I think we'd be further in our business journey. But because we seriously lacked confidence in the beginning, you're laughing, but it's true. We seriously lacked confidence in the beginning of our business, where to the extent we didn't even to this day, we'll chat about it a bit later, but Very few people know we run
Yeah, that
a
is true. Yeah,
business.
you're not out there.
Yeah.
And that's also because
And by out there, we don't mean to like our customers or whatever, because
even to
that, look,
people around us.
this is a podcast episode for our business, or associated with our business. But very few of our friends know that we're running a business. And stuff like that. So we're going to chat about it later. But for now, just to say that confidence really, or lack of confidence, has really hampered our business in the way we price, in the way we market ourselves, in the way we speak about it, in the way we pitch to clients, there's so many things. And we have very clear examples of how a lack of confidence has literally cost our business, a client, several.
Yeah.
Are you going to tell me more about that?
Several.
I know of one, yes. So I thought it was a good, because I also think the more I talk to entrepreneurs and the more I realize people are very shy about their businesses. Like, you start a business, but like, you don't want to tell and we've been through that. So I was like, I get you guys.
Yeah, but part of that is people want they want to have like arrived at a place where they have it perfect before they actually launch it to anyone.
Which we'll do. This is what we struggled with as well.
Initially, yes.
Yes. Yeah. Comparison, striving for perfection. Yeah. Just like not believing in, especially me, just not believing in myself and the value that we provide. Then we found out we actually provide a lot of value.
Yeah.
But even when we found that out, we still did not stand on business and know who we are.
But I read somewhere that confidence is built, confidence is not found. That's exactly.
Oh yes,
that's what I was trying to get to.
Confidence is built even for business. There's very clear steps that we took that you can take if you don't have the confidence to build your confidence in yourself as an entrepreneur. And your confidence in your business. So
anyway, I need to wash my hands. You can continue.
Do I put? I'm gonna put this in the. I'm gonna put it. Are we gonna make it one by one?
Yeah. I mean, one is I don't know. One is alcoholic, one is non-alcoholic.
Yeah, so we have to make it one by one then, obviously. Okay, I think just one more for you, and then Okay, so pineapples are in, and then shake that. Okay, so there's no such thing as pineapple juice.
Really, guys?
Apparently, we looked everywhere. All we could find was
pineapple juice. Rather.
Yeah, like no one had that. Woolworths ran out of it apparently, and nowhere else. And then Surf Fruit has pineapple and apple mix. So we're having I don't know, alternative pina coladas, because this is pineapple, ginger, and chili. So I'm gonna open this and put it in. Did I shake it? No. Yes. So I'm gonna open this and put it in. Here we go. Yeah. And then you need to most open that. Yes. So while you're opening that, I was saying that our business has seen like a serious change from when we didn't have confidence. The fact that you're even seeing us in front of the camera for a podcast is even a miracle.
This is good.
Because before this, Atu and I couldn't even do Instagram with our face or our hands in it, because we were too shy to be even on Instagram or whatever with our faces or even our hands in the video. But so much has changed since then, and we have this podcast now. We actively are the faces of the business now. We're working with better clients. Well, better is a rough word. Let's say bigger clients than when we started with, obviously, because that's how businesses grow, but it takes confidence to get there. So basically, today's conversation is going to be about our journey, building confidence in ourselves, especially me. I tend to struggle with confidence. because I think I'm just very tough on myself. So building confidence in ourselves and the business, what that journey looked like for us. And we'll be focusing on 3 areas where I think almost every business, small business owner, startup, literally all of us go through. But until then, let's finish this business here.
And then we'll continue the chat later.
Yeah, and then move on. Right. Okay, guys. It's been a bit of a disaster. This is this was supposed to be the easier option, but it's proving not to be.
So easier than cooking.
I don't know about having to clean up an entire kitchen and stuff. So I'm gonna pour this in, and then we're going to taste it, and then give the usual 10 rating. Those pieces are killing me, man.
They're probably going to be really tasty.
Yeah. No, thank you.
Juiced up pineapples.
Ato, yours is already separating. You can tell how much time we had to...
Lord, I need a spoon.
No,
Let's down this. Okay, let's go.
Down it.
Let's go.
Okay, here, let me taste.
It's definitely not sweet enough. This is why we need sweetened coconut milk.
Oh, right, yes. Wow. Yeah, but like we couldn't find that, and it's like 400 Rand for the thing. We're not doing that.
It's nice and cold, but it could be sweeter.
It's not bad at all. Yeah. It's just not sweet.
Taste those.
It's alcoholic. There's not that much. I think. I don't know.
Definitely tastes better than that.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Give it a go. It's probably because it's separating.
Child, I don't know. Anyway. I will give this. I'm giving it a 5 out of 10. Like everything is fine. It's just not sweet. That's all. So yeah, no.
Yeah, there's a lot more that can be done about this.
It's not a cocktail now. That's the problem.
Yeah, it's just like weird stuff. It is a cocktail.
No, but it's not sweet.
Cocktail doesn't have to be sweet.
They usually are.
Cocktail is just a blend of multiple different drinks.
Yeah, so I'm giving it a 5 out of 10.
Yeah, same.
5 out of 10.
Yeah. Let's hope this podcast is not a 5 out of 10. Yeah?
Okay, so we're going to pack this up, and then when we get back, we'll start with we'll transition with a formal conversation and chat to you guys about what confidence has looked like for us.
Indeed.
And jackfruit.
100%.
See you in 2 seconds.
Down the drain.
No. Wow, and you gave it 5 out of 10. That's crazy. Sorry. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Welcome back. So, as we mentioned, or as we spoke about, we're talking about confidence and how that affects the growth and trajectory of your business, because we believe that it's really affected our business. And I kind of see it in other I see it in other entrepreneurs as well. And I was just thinking, like, there's this thing that entrepreneurs have where you feel like your product is really good. It's better than what's out there in the market. It's it's packaged better. Everything is better. Yeah. No, it is the truth. It is better. But then you don't have confidence in it, so you don't tell other people about it, so nobody knows. So who gets all the money? Your competitor. And we've felt like that before, to be honest. In fact, a lot. But who was getting the money? The competitor that decided to open their mouths, let other people know about their business, market better, and. So, yeah, like your thing can be as good as you want it. I mean, it can be the best out there, but if you're not going to yap and tell people about it, or if you're not going to have confidence in it, um, to sell it at the right price point or whatever, it's not going to make money, and people are not going to buy it because they won't even know
That is true.
that it's out there.
And in all fairness, if you don't have confidence in your own
Yeah.
product, then
Why would someone
someone
else?
buy
Yes,
into it.
exactly. So let's talk about the first one.
Yeah,
the
you
most
mentioned what 3 things that
Oh
you
yes,
want
yeah.
to
So there's 3 things I believe that most startups or early stage entrepreneurs or small business owners lack confidence in severely. The first one is pricing themselves according to the value that they provide. The second one is marketing themselves in a way that is warranted for a business that's just started.
Yeah.
I think I watched a TikTok the other day where somebody was saying a lot of small business owners market their new products as if they were an already established brand. So you just put it out there and then think because it's so good, people will be interested
Yeah.
in your product, which is, by the way, guilty. We made all these mistakes. We thought we build websites better than our competition. So why wouldn't people use us? But people don't know, and we weren't communicating the value, and so they were saying you can't just launch a product as if you're Lancome. I hope I said that right.
Lancome.
If you're a makeup brand, because they've been there for a while, people are checking for them. They're not checking for your startup one. And then the third one, the clients you look for. This one is really important. The clients you pitch to and the clients you look for, and just how broad you see your business doing in the startup phase. Like, obviously, when you're big, you know.
That is fair.
But when you're in the startup phase, there is that lack of confidence to pitching to, like, say, corporations or things like that. So those are the ones we're going to talk about, and we're going to start off with pricing.
Pricing.
Yeah. So we need to be very honest here.
Yeah.
Tell me, let's talk about how we priced ourselves in the beginning.
Yeah, pricing was always, I think, one of our biggest shortcomings.
Yes.
In this, like,
Seriously.
in the initial phase of this business. We had no idea about the market.
First of all, yeah.
We had no idea what people would be willing to pay. I think we sort of went on the basis that, yeah, we'd pay this much, or not even like understanding like the full value of our product.
Yes.
We'd be like, yeah, we'd pay this much for this thing, so let's charge them this much. Or someone expressed some like aversion to paying.
Somebody who doesn't value the product express an aversion. I think one of our first clients said, I'm not willing to pay more than this amount for it. There's no way I would ever pay more than this amount.
And that sort of happened time and time again. We would have meetings, even like with the people who wanted to make that wedding or the boutique dressmaking.
Oh yes.
Where we
clients ask for a lot.
They had like a full like ask sheet or request sheet. We gave them the price and they were like, yeah, we'll get back to you.
Usually we got ghosted.
Yes. So that sort of informed how we do our pricing, because there was so much aversion to our pricing.
Yeah. I think, and by the way, when we say it's not like we were extremely expensive, we're actually extremely cheap. And even in those circumstances, certain people still had an issue with our pricing. And I think how we started off, because you said how we started off is we looked at other web design companies who had their pricing on, not understanding how they even thought about their pricing or the kinds of websites they were building to get to that pricing. And then we were like, okay, so this is how much we should charge. But we were offering way more value than those companies,
100%.
Meaning our process is a little bit different. It's more involved. We have multiple phases to our projects, blah, 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 blah. So we should charge more. And we do lots more research, so we should charge more. But at that time, we didn't know. So the first thing actually was, I think maybe have some grace, we didn't know. We were new to the industry. But then on top of that, it's literally us just not having confidence, not thinking. Because I think when we found out what other companies were charging, I literally almost fainted. I was like, what is going on?
Yeah.
They were charging.
Yeah, so these are the companies that don't put their prices on their
Yes,
website.
yeah, they don't put the,
There's
yeah.
nothing public. They all make in bespoke
And
websites.
it's how it should be, because they understand the
Yeah.
value they give
Yeah, the
the.
value is not one size fits
Yeah.
all for all clients. So every single client would have a different requirement, a different need, and your input to that would be either scaled pricing, or it might be on the cheaper end or the more expensive end based on
Yeah.
what they require.
Because of what you're building, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Which then leads me to, we didn't value the work we were putting in to the business. Because I was in a Women in Business, UVU, they're called UVU now, Women in Business program. And I had a mentor for that program. And she asked, oh, how much are you guys charging? And then I told her how much we were charging at that time, which really, guys, it is as close to peanuts as possible.
Yeah, we saw competitors and we're like, yeah, we knew, let's just go under that.
Yeah.
That's also
literally another issue with confidence. We were like, oh, well, we're trying to, which is a good tactic, but we were not, it was not strategic from our end.
Yeah.
So I told her our price and she was like, how are you going to live? Literally, she said that. She was like, this is outrageous. How do you expect to make money? At that time, we were charging so little that it doesn't, even if we had the entire South Africa as clients.
I mean, number one, we wouldn't have capacity, but
yes,
but
other than capacity,
we'd have to
but
like work ourselves to the bone to actually like even make a decent amount.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it clicked when it clicked when she was like, she spoke to my survival need. I think she had to do it, because if she had said, no, you're worth more than this, I promise you at that time I'd have been like, no, we're not. We're just starting.
Yeah.
But yeah, she spoke to our need to survive. And I was like, she's right. We are going to have to work forever if we price our stuff like this. Yeah, so that was the first time we realized like our prices need to go up. We are doing way too much.
Yeah.
Way too much. I think, and this was reaffirmed. I was speaking to another web design founder, of a company, a more established one, and I told him our price and he was like, what? Like literally everybody was like, are you guys like, are you all right? Why would you price yourselves this way? And it really is because, number one, no confidence in ourselves. Didn't even think we deserved to get paid well for the work that we were doing. And no confidence in the product that we're making, or making excuses all the time about how much we should charge. Today, we have strict rules. Okay, if you don't want to pay the price,
yeah, be on your way.
I'm so sorry, we can't have you as a client. It really takes a lot to do this.
It was a nice chat. Let's see you later.
Yeah.
But yeah, before you even move on, I think what you said before with like other people affirming
that we're crazy.
Yeah, sort of that we're crazy. That is one way to also gain confidence, because like you don't know what you don't know. When you have people who are there to guide you and mentor you and like give you some sort of direction, apply some value to the work that you're doing that you're also not seeing yourself, that gives you confidence. If someone outside of you is able to see the value in the work that you're doing, then
is able to say like, why are you doing that?
Yeah.
I'm literally charging nearly 20 times more. And that's the thing. And I'm not struggling to get, number one, I'm not doing anything differently, but also I'm not struggling to get clients. So what are you doing? Right? And it was just getting from that mind. She really opened my mind up to be like, you don't have to be stuck arguing with people that don't want to pay for the value. I mean, they can recognize the value, but they don't want to pay for it. And you need to know the value of your product and be like, well, then I'm just not for you, you know? Let's talk about the time we lost a client because we were priced too low. That actually happened, Shane.
That was interesting.
Yeah.
Because even the working dynamic between us and them was like, there was familiarity.
Yeah.
So our understanding is, we charge, even at the time, we're charging more than we usually charge for other projects.
Yeah.
But we were still so far below
Yes,
the
the competition,
yeah,
like
the competition.
way off.
Yeah, this is like 4 times. They were like 4 times
Yeah,
more
they were
than
4
us.
times more expensive. Yeah.
And even that on its own,
This is actually where it shined our eyes.
yeah,
That's when the game changed for us. We were like, never again.
yeah, because even that on its own tells the client, look, there's 2 people offering the same thing practically.
We were offering more for
Yeah,
4
because we were
times
adding
less
like
than.
media to that
Yeah.
as well. So there's someone who's offering 4 times less, and then there's these guys.
So they
Surely
clearly
they must
don't
be producing
exactly.
like a lot more value
Yeah.
than the
Or
guys who are charging
they
that.
don't know. That's basically what we got told. Like,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
guys are too new. And then our price also said we had no clue what
Yeah.
we were doing.
yeah.
Another thing is that if you don't have confidence, like you said, if you don't have confidence in yourself, why would someone else
Yeah,
have confidence in you?
100%.
So yeah,
But
that.
like, there's also like some fine middle ground between
Oh yeah,
you're
you
new
can't
here.
be. Yeah.
What do you think? You have no like portfolio. Let's just say you don't have an extensive portfolio. How can we trust that you're going to offer us the same value as this company that's been in business for like 10, 15, 20 years?
That's a good point. And that that's something I think maybe it helps to transition then to chatting about pitching to bigger clients, because this is like when we started learning our biggest lessons. The first painful lesson we learned is pricing speaks to the value of your product. If you're going to charge like you're cheap and you don't know what you're doing and you don't have confidence in your business, firsthand, I can tell you that is exactly what your clients are thinking. And not clients who are disrespecting your product and don't want to, or service, and don't want to pay for it.
Yeah.
Clients that when you start your business and you want these clients, when you have dreams in your head, like we all did, about the clients that you want, these big clients that will pay a lot of money, they do look at your pricing, and if it's too low, I'm sorry, they're going to work with someone else, because their budget is not an issue for them. They want the results. That's the most, and they will pay anything for that. They will have 52 million renditions until they get the results. So that's now moving along.
Seems like the rule of thumb is being audacious.
That's another thing that, and yeah, so you actually leading us to the part of the conversation about pitching to bigger clients. We learned so much. So I think in the beginning, we have to admit our skills were not where they needed to be. We were still learning a lot, which is why our prices were low. And I think a lot of we just needed to level up ourselves. We wanted these big clients, but number one, our skills were not there, and number two, we were not confident enough to even think of how we're going to work with them. So the first thing we had to do was we leveled up our skills.
Yeah, we've spoken about this in the past.
Yes, we have. Yeah, we had to get our skills up. I think there was just 1 year where we were working on
just
bringing our
upskilling.
skills to the level that bigger clients would want to work with us. And that meant that we had to change the entire vibe of our business. The thing is, when you don't have confidence in your business, there's an output that you have, and that's what we had. Like the way our website looked was not great. You know, the way we marketed ourselves, not great. I'm not saying like we are bad or anything, but it just wasn't like, there was no believing in yourself.
And that communicated directly with the customer.
Yes, yeah.
Because there is some pseudo energy with confidence.
Yes, there is.
Yeah, that's why the most audacious people tend to get the biggest clients.
Yes.
Because they're also willing to like go the hard yards and put
do the
themselves out
thing.
there.
Exactly. Spend the year learning the skills. That takes confidence in your business. You must believe that it's going to go somewhere. So if you take a year to learn the things you need to learn to go there, and you don't get big clients if you're not going to give them value, if you're not going to provide results. So the first thing we had to do was get our skills.
In fact, that's a complete, like, that's the starting point. So this conversation about confidence comes from, you already know you have the skills, right?
Yes.
You have the skill set.
Yes.
you're offering your potential
Yes.
clients the value that they require. You're actually solving their problems.
Yes.
So it's like a mutually beneficial relationship. You having them as a client is mutually beneficial. It's not a case of you just trying to sell them something.
Yes.
So our
We're not
starting
saying be
point,
silly.
our starting
You
point
have to
is
offer value.
you've got a good business.
Yes.
You've got skill.
Yes.
You've got a good product.
Because that's where we got to.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then like crossing that Rubicon is like, yeah, you have all of these things, but like, how do you get the clients now? Or like, how the client's not seeing.
And now
you're not visible.
Actually,
you're not visible.
Let's talk about that, because that is what happened, right?
Hmm.
So we got to the point where we skilled ourselves. We were sure we could provide value.
Yeah.
We saw the work our competitors were doing. We believed we had more to offer. We had more value to offer. We had clients that were very happy with the work that we were producing. And we were growing in clients, but we were saying we are so much better than our competition. It sounds crazy to say that, but we're not getting the clients they are getting. Like, how can someone pay for that? How can someone pay that amount for this? Right? That's what we were saying over and over and over. Right? Until, and then what happened was we got this one client that wanted us to create something we've never done before at the time. And because I lacked confidence, and you can see how the lacking confidence is a direct result of how your business goes. If I was running the business alone, I lacked confidence at that time, I would have said, no, I can't do that. I don't know how to do it. But Atu, on the other hand, just explain. So you saw the email from the
whisper in my ear what we're talking about.
Oh my God, you know the
I need confirmation.
The telecommunications.
That is. Oh my gosh. Yes. Okay. So them. I was thinking of the different.
Okay, but then we can chat about the different one.
Okay. I was thinking of the one that we have not closed yet, but
Oh, that's a long journey. We can't talk about that one.
let's leave that one out. Yeah. Okay. So what exactly do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about how you can get to the point where you believe everything is right, but you still don't have confidence to go for those bigger clients, to go for the you still don't have the confidence. That's why I'm saying, if it was up to me, that client came to us.
Yeah.
And I would have said, nope, sorry, can't do it. Maybe in a year's time when I know how to do what you're saying, whatever. But he had audacity, and I want you to talk about that, because that had nothing to do with me.
Okay. So I think the sort of like the basis of how I work is like, it's always a learning curve, right?
Yes.
There's always something you don't know. There's always like somewhere where you need to grow, but then you know fundamentally that you have the knowledge to even start. Let's just say you have the knowledge to start. You have like holes in your knowledge that you know you need to fill, but then you also know that you have the resources to do so. So I guess that's where my thought process was. Like, let's take them on. We can definitely get this done. I'll need to learn along the way.
I was like, you know what?
No, we'll definitely make it happen.
We need the money, so that's why I'm doing this, but I've got nothing to do with this.
Yeah, and also there's like, dude, if we fail, we fail. We'll figure it out when we get there. We'll cross that bridge.
You see how he thinks, the audacity. Me, I don't have that.
Like, I think worst case scenario in my head was like, yeah, we'll just give them their money back. Hey.
Oh, that's what you thought.
So it was like, let's take it on. Let's figure out if we absolutely cannot do this, which I didn't think was going to be the case. So I was like, I have a fair amount of confidence that you can do it. I just need to like fill in those gaps where I don't like have the confidence. So we took them on. We learned a lot along that process, even with like how to deal with difficult clients. Conversation for another day.
Left field.
Yeah, but we learned a lot along that that journey.
We did.
But like also part of that was also like knowing that we could take on projects even if we're not like we're not striving for perfection in our knowledge right
That's
now.
actually a very good point.
Yeah, we can grow in perfection. Is not like a now thing. It's a journey. You'll never be perfect, so you can always strive for that. So in my head, if I know 90%, if I know 80%, and I need to fill in that remaining 20, 100%, go for it.
So what we told the client was, yes, we had done a very tiny, simple version of that thing. And we told them, yes, we've done this before. We can definitely do it. We'll have it done in this time frame.
Yeah,
and they were like,
in the back.
yes. And they were like, great, let's go.
Yeah.
And that ended up being, at that time, our biggest client. There's things that you pointed out while you were talking, things that hamper your confidence. Number one is the fear of failure.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to disappoint a client or fail or whatever, I would have said, I can't do it. I'm sorry. And then what's preventing me is like being a perfectionist. I don't think I'm a perfectionist, but maybe I am. I don't know.
Yeah.
But just wanting it to be perfect before I can say, just wanting to be 100% good at that skill before I say yes to that client, which was apparently completely unnecessary. And then, I think those are the two. I was going to say comparison, but that's more when you want to put yourself out there, and the reason why you're not putting yourself out there. So that was our biggest client at that time, because we just decided, or you decided, even if we haven't done it before, you're confident in your ability to learn, so you did it. I didn't have that. And because of that, that is the client, actually, you know, the one that you were talking about. That client opened the door for what is now our biggest client. Yeah. Do you see how it works?
Yeah.
You do the difficult thing, you have confidence, you put yourself out there, you say yes to something you know you have no business saying yes to. And then it leads to something even bigger, and then your business grows. But if we stayed in that mindset that, number one, we can only ever charge this amount because people are fighting us about our prices. We're not struggling. How do I say this? Our industry is very interesting. I don't want to say we're not at our price point. We're not struggling to find clients. I think the market fit is what we're struggling with, rather. There's definitely clients that are more than happy to pay the prices that we have without even blinking an eye. Getting that client gave us our biggest client. It improved our skills. It gave us more confidence to pitch to other clients. It made us realize that we definitely can increase our prices, because at that point, we had got to the point where we were like, we're not charging our old prices anymore.
Yeah.
And we need these businesses that we want to get attention from to see us. So it gave us confidence to.
And we obviously don't do that from like, oh, you charge this much. You're not going to get a client that is willing to pay what we envisioned, I guess.
Yeah.
From our initial price point.
Yeah, that's actually what I was saying. So it gave us the confidence to escalate our pricing significantly, because we had to. You can't build a business with the pricing we were doing. And yes, that's what I was saying. If we believed the words of clients who weren't willing to see our value, we really would be stuck at a certain level, literally working just to work, right? I had to get to the point where I was like, it's no good having let's say, it's no good having 100 customers that are paying too little for your value versus 4 or 1 customer who's paying worth those 100 customers, and you're not killing yourself, you're making more money, it's more fulfilling work. You're
not undervaluing.
You're not killing your spirit because you're working for too little. And then the other thing was, because we got that client, it was now easier for us to realize our aspirations to get clients outside of the country, because we realized that's the product market fit that we were saying. web design is the value that is provided is not perceived unless somebody knows. People don't really perceive it according to how much it takes to go into the results that they're looking for. Yeah, so I can see
and also the return on investment,
yes,
which is like usually quite quick with people who are willing to pay that much for our product. Yeah, but before we move on, I don't know if you've heard of the elephant rope theory.
No.
So it is. Well, the way the theory goes, either a horse or an elephant, something that is strong enough to break free, is chained to or tied to a chair in its infancy, and it's sort of like conditioned to think it can't break free.
It can never.
Of the chair or something that it's way stronger than, and as it grows up, it just never breaks free.
Never even tries.
Yeah. So that could have been like the cycle that you're just stuck in. Like, people undervalue your work. So by default, you do the same thing to your work. You undervalue your work. You stay in the same cycle of, I'm only going to charge this much because this is what they're willing to pay.
I'm not even going to pitch to that client because obviously they won't pay. If they won't pay, why would...
Or you're going to pitch, and because your end result is, you definitely charging way too little. You can't be offering that much value. Therefore, you're not going to get the deal. And that just is like a self-fulfilling prophecy of, I'm going to pitch, but I'm not going to get it anyway. So why should I pitch in the first place? Without you understanding what's missing.
Yes. And actually, that's a very good point that you made, because with a client that we lost because we charged too little and we didn't show that we had that showed that we had no confidence or skill, at least to that client. We eventually got that client again because we had to. Okay, let's not get into it, but we got that client because the end result that the bigger company produced was not satisfactory, let's say that. And that's when we saw that, we were like, what is going on? People are willing to pay this much for this?
And happily so, because they had no complaints until they didn't see the results that they were anticipating.
Yes. So
and then they spun the block.
Yeah, they're our clients now. Happily. So, and I'm really happy about that because we get to provide value and be charged, compensated now accordingly, because again, it shine the eyes. So with that analogy you had about the elephant being changed, that's exactly you summed up this entire podcast episode by saying, if you don't have confidence in your business, you literally you won't see how far your business can go. And you won't get to a point where, business is hard. It beats you down every single day. Every day is a beat down. Seriously, it's no joke. You need to have confidence in yourself and the business to get over that constant beatdown, because there's a time you'll get to in business where it seems like literally nothing is going right, or nothing you're doing is producing results. Again, very familiar. Perpetually familiar, actually. So, but it takes confidence, or it takes a belief in our business for us to go beyond that constant beating down and feeling like, we tried this and that didn't work, and we tried this thing and that didn't work. And you need confidence to do that. Otherwise, sorry, but that statistic, you'll become the 98%. No, I'm sorry, 98%.
I don't know.
It is. It's so many. Let's make it 80 just to be fair. 80% of South African businesses close down within the first 5 years. By 10 years, I think that's when it gets to 90%. You're not starting your business so that you can become a majority statistic. You want to shine and you want your business to grow. And same with us. And confidence really is the thing. It's the missing thing, because you can have all the
all the
value,
ingredients,
all the skill.
and if the confidence is
Even-
missing, I think that's
Even, yeah.
close up shop,
Yeah.
guys.
It requires, for our industry, it's like we need to make relationships to get the bigger clients.
Yeah.
That's just how it works. And then very seldomly will they come out of the blue.
Yeah.
If you don't have confidence, like there was a time, actually, this is a nice segue, where I was very shy to speak about jackfruit. Like, remember, people would ask, like, what do you do? And then I would say I'm a struggling entrepreneur. Now,
Which is true.
it was true, yes.
Yeah.
But I also could have said I'm an entrepreneur because we all struggle.
I think it's it's inherent.
Yes. It is, I didn't even want to speak. So if I don't even want to tell my friends or random people that I'm meeting who will never be our client or want to see our website or anything like that, what we do, how am I going to walk up to an executive and say, this is the value I can provide for you? Can we have a meeting? It's not going to happen. And I'm not going to be able to do that 100 times through 100 rejections to get to the one that's like, oh, we actually needed that. Let's talk.
Yes.
Right? It's not going to happen. So that brings us to pitching and the anxiety that small businesses have with pitching because of a lack of confidence. And like we mentioned, building up your skills. Number one is the number one antidote for that. Because then you know when you're going to even pitch, you've got the solution.
Yeah, it's top of mind. Everything just rolls off the tongue. You're not being surprised by any line of questioning.
Yes.
Everything is just like, you know what you know. And you're also in a space, you've gotten yourself to that space because you're confident enough to get to that space even.
Yes.
And you're prepared because you have the skill.
Yes.
So that definitely helps.
Can you think of a story where we had to pitch to a bigger client? Oh yeah, that was the one that we just spoke about. But it's more, I think, putting ourselves out there.
Yeah, I guess we can go in that direction.
Yes, sorry.
Yeah,
I don't know why my brain is fried, guys.
We might still be in that.
Oh, no,
we're also trying to get out of that.
100%.
We are.
This podcast is for us as well.
We talk and we are struggling through the exact same
thing. We have the stories and we are going through the.
But like not problem number one. Step number one is acknowledging the fact that we can see the fact that there's some aspects where we can improve. Otherwise, it's a non-starter. You don't know what you're supposed to do. At least we can sit here and be like, yeah, we can definitely 100% put ourselves out there a lot more.
Yes.
And we can do it a lot more aggressively.
Yes.
We are a small company. We're a boutique company, essentially. We are the face of the brand. We can't dissociate as if we're a big company. You're not going to refer to us as like, oh, Johnson & Johnson. You don't need a face behind that brand. You need a face behind ours.
Yes, you
do.
Can't relate otherwise. Yes, you do. Yes, that's such a good point. And that's something that I fought tooth and nail to accept. That people connect with other people. And if you're not going to be the face of your business, if you're not going to have a story to tell for your business, who's going to connect with your business? And why should they? Why should
no one owes you anything.
Yes. And that's how marketing works now. Maybe Johnson & Johnson could have just been like, hey, you need pills. We've got the pills at this price. Come and buy them. And at that time, they could have done that and grown and grown and grown. But that's a long history that they've had to build. Whereas that their business is a personality on its own, let's say. But for us, we eventually had to come on camera. And when did we, I think it was the first podcast episode, right?
Yeah.
I don't even know how that thing came about.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was like just
that time when it was still the jackfruit podcast and it was very ghetto. But
Ghetto.
then we said we're gonna do it
Yes.
anyway.
Yeah. And we did it with very little equipment
Yeah.
and very little everything.
There was
and
not all of this.
Yeah, we just went for it.
And exactly. And I'm still trying to figure out how did I get there? Because I must have been like on drugs or something.
Yeah, because I wouldn't have come from me. Absolutely not.
But yeah, I think number one, my confidence was boosted because of the growth of the business, but it just wasn't that. Also, we just needed to grow and make more money. Again, if you speak to I need to do this to me, if you use that language, even me to myself, I'll do it.
Yeah.
I'm still learning to value myself. Yeah. And value, and then because of that, value the business and yeah. So because we didn't put ourselves out there, it was directly affecting our marketing. Directly affecting our marketing. It was even, I used to, somebody else with more confidence in their business will easily see an opportunity that they can pitch themselves in and they will just do it, which is marketing, the kind of marketing we should be doing. But it was not easy for me to do that because it was so difficult. I felt like I just had such anxiety over the rejection of the client. But I should be at the point where now I'm a lot better. Like, okay, whatever. If you want, we're not the right fit. We're not the right. That's fine. But before, I had such anxiety over the fact that, number one, imagine thinking you coming with a value to someone is disturbing them.
Yeah, honestly, that's what I was saying. It's a mutually beneficial relationship.
Yes.
I'm solving a problem that you have.
Yes.
You're paying me for it. Win-win.
Yes, exactly. And then you get the results.
Yeah.
So imagine me thinking I'm disturbing someone by saying that. I didn't have so that already affects the business. Who knows how many more clients we could have had and which size or whatever we would be serving now if it wasn't for that. It affected how, our social media and how we went about that, because for the longest time, there was a time where design businesses were booming because they were just doing reels. That's it. They were doing reels. And we didn't do reels. Why? Because I didn't want to be seen on camera.
Yeah.
That's literally it. Imagine now you're not advertising. Free advertising.
Yeah.
We didn't do because I just didn't want to be seen on camera. And that year was seriously, that was a big waste of
an opportunity.
Yeah. Because,
which is fair.
Like we said, value-wise, we matched. We could do the work. We just weren't advertising. And then at the same time, we were asking, like, how are these other companies getting clients? And we're not. It's because they did the reels.
Yeah.
They did the reels.
You get a lot of unnecessary, like, I guess, people who are not going to be adding to your business to begin with. Like, followers are one thing, but like them converting into clients is obviously another. But still, regardless, you could be missing out on followers who become clients.
Yes, you can nurture them. Yes, and these accounts were growing.
Yeah.
Growing, I'm telling you. And we just didn't tap into that because I just couldn't be seen on camera, or I just had this anxiety about it, which is so unwarranted because we were skilled enough, we were good enough, we could offer value. And I did not, just didn't see it like that. And that's a big problem.
Also, another point, your confidence in one aspect doesn't necessarily translate to confidence in everything else.
Yeah.
So if you're confident in your ability to do the work, it doesn't mean you're confident enough to be in front of a camera. And, being the face of your brand or whatever the case may be. But like, all those individual aspects of your business would need to be worked on individually. So holistically, if your entire business has you being confident in every aspect of it, then I think
then you do better. You just do. Just do. So, how do you think? So we're at the point now, we still like we said earlier, till to this day, there's very few people that know that we and but yeah, very few of our friends know that we run this business. Yeah, so we're still working on the confidence thing. I don't know when we'll get enough confidence to openly come out and say we're running this business,
Yes.
but so we're still working on it. But up until now, to get to where we're at, where we can be seen on a podcast and share our story, where we have no issues doing reels anymore and trying to be relatable to our customers.
Yeah.
Where we know we can pitch to. We recently worked with quite a big client, even. Previously, I would have just been like, I was so tempted to be like, we can't do it.
Yeah,
Sorry, I
yeah.
was so tempted to
Part of me
do.
was, yeah,
Yeah,
was tempted as well to be
yeah.
like, there's too much against us.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not.
I was so tempted to do it, but
Yeah.
then I decided that I'm running a business and I need to run it. So
Yeah,
stand on business and run the
yeah.
and the business, and we did it. And well, at least I think that the
No, I
end
100%
result.
agree.
Yeah,
Yeah. I think the beauty of all of this is like, it's almost like just starting a business. It's like it's a snowball. Once it starts rolling, then there's too much that needs to be done too urgently for you to be like,
to
yeah, no, I
ever.
need to take a step back.
Yeah,
Like you just keep going.
yeah.
And that obviously just, leads to, it's either you fail, worst case scenario, or like you just keep
Actually,
growing in
failure is
confidence.
not the worst case scenario.
Yeah, I
because
think I've heard that enough times. Be like,
Yeah.
oh, it's a learning, so
It
it's like it's
is.
a learning opportunity.
And
And yeah,
that's how
that
you
it
should see
is.
it. Yeah.
Yes. And that's an optimist view of anything. But failure can also like 100% knock your confidence.
Yes, it can.
Yeah. So there's like two extremes of this.
Yeah.
Like it depends on the type of person you are and how you view things,
Mm.
or what the extent of the failure actually is.
Yeah, you're right. It could be catastrophic, like having to liquidate your company after releasing something that you worked years on and you used to build great products at Apple.
Yeah.
I'm just joking. I think about that kind of stuff a lot because I'm like, it would kill me. I wouldn't survive that, to be honest. I don't know how to see anything to learn from. I mean, there's lots of lessons too.
No, there's
Lots of lessons. Personally, I wouldn't be able to see any of the lessons, knowing how I am.
I think if you remove yourself from like being the core of the failure, then there's like, if you take a step back, there's lots to learn. There's definitely lots to learn, even like, I guess, like even with the extent of the failure that is what catastrophic, but like you'd probably need to like take a full step back and be like, yeah, I'm going to remove myself.
It's not a reflection of yourself.
It could be, but like
If
even
you,
then,
okay,
even then, I think there's still
lots to learn.
a
Yeah.
lot to learn. You if nothing else, you learn not to do.
Yes. Yeah.
So yes.
So how did we get to the point where we are at now, where we have a little bit of confidence? I would say the first one, and I keep on saying this over and over, but if you're going to pitch to a big client, they will only engage with you from the position of the value you provide. If you can't show any value to them, they're not engaging with you. It doesn't matter how cheap you are. That's not what they're looking for. They're looking for results to their problems, right? So the first thing that solves the confidence issue, I believe, is number one, knowing that skills wise, it's either you can learn the thing quickly or you've learned, or you're there, you've got the skills. You know that you're going to provide the value to whoever comes and asks you. I think that's the first thing, is we had to completely shift how we saw this jackfruit and this thing. To be like, nope, we need to provide we're not going to get those clients if we don't provide the value. So I think that is the first thing, is to build skills. Because also with imposter syndrome, the one way to fix imposter syndrome is to just keep on learning, because you're scared you're not good enough. You can't, if you keep on learning, you can't not be good enough if you're learning. You know what I mean?
You still can.
No, but you are, what you're doing to your brain is saying that, okay, then I'll just learn how to do it. and then you learn how to do it. And yes, you will feel like you don't. That's what imposter syndrome is.
Yeah, well, people have imposter syndrome even if they have
if
the
they've
skill
learned
set.
enough. But the way to deal with it is to then just listen to a podcast about the thing. It will either reaffirm that you already know, or it will show you what gaps you have, and then you work on the gaps.
I agree. Yeah, I think you just need to know that you are not lacking.
Exactly. So you give yourself the skills.
Yeah, however that happens, whether you get some mentorship to have someone highlight that to you, or you do stuff like, celebrating your achievements, or acknowledging like.
But if you're someone like me, there's never going to be a time that you celebrate achievements.
Yeah, then you need to
So
do
then
that
you
on a
work on
daily
it.
basis,
Yeah.
which is like where mindfulness with your confidence, which is why, like in the beginning, I said it's confidence is built.
It's not something that is just innate.
Yeah.
It just lives in you.
Yeah.
You have to work on it.
It comes from somewhere. Like you can do stuff daily to be like,
give. Yeah.
actually pat on the back for being able to close this deal.
Yeah.
For being able to finish this project. For, I don't know, completing this set of tasks, which was like difficult in the beginning, or I thought it was impossible.
But now you have the skills and you can do it. Now, yeah. So I think, yes, number one, being sure you can provide that value, because that's generally what people are scared of. That's also what imposter syndrome is about. That's also why people get stuck in comparing themselves, which, by the way, which is why also marketing was hard for us, because we always, at least me, I felt like we were just not as good as the other businesses.
Was involved in marketing.
Yes. But yeah, that's what I was feeling like, we just are not that good. So it was just, you should not ever compare yourself ever, unless you're comparing yourself to today versus yesterday, 3 months ago, a year ago.
In other words, yourself.
Yeah, only ever compare yourself.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean looking at your competition and seeing when I say compare, I mean in a way that makes you not believe in yourself. I'm not talking about leveling up your services or whatever. What was the other? Number two was just having audacity, just like not having to have everything figured out.
Yeah.
In order to, yes, that is a big one. Like we said, there's many. Two of our biggest clients actually has been a scenario of not having everything figured out, but just going to do the thing and then being very happy with the results, because we can back it up also with the value.
Yeah.
What's another thing that has helped our confidence? I think for me is just having to grow up and being like, the business must grow. It has to grow, and I'm holding it back. I am.
Okay.
I am. If someone asks me what you do, I say I'm a co-founder of Jackfruit.
But like
what's that? Let me tell you.
What made you make that decision?
No, we needed the money.
Okay.
We needed to make money. And I needed to stop making excuses and just realizing what it is that I'm actually doing, and be an entrepreneur actually, and not somebody who's doing whatever the heck I was doing at that time. Yeah.
Shockingly enough, another thing was comparison. So seeing what others are producing for the same,
and then
for a certain, let's just say,
that
charging
did
a
give us
certain amount,
confidence,
and we
felt that we did
felt like we're offering
better
a lot
value.
more. That is a very huge confidence booster.
Yeah, that was a big confidence booster. Because,
but like stay away from.
Yeah, don't compare yourself, because I don't think even that's what we were doing. I think that was just being reaffirmed.
It just happened by chance.
Yeah, that was being reaffirmed that we're doing well. Also, my mentor for that program said, like, you're just as good as other companies. I don't know why you're not charging like the rest of them, and you should. Is there another thing? I always say, I think I was busy. I don't know if you can call it teaching pitching to a group of young entrepreneurs. And one thing that I told them, it sounds harsh, but if you're scared to go and pitch to somebody your business, it's because you don't value your business. You don't think they will hear it, and unless you are shy at public
Yeah, that's
speaking.
I was about to say.
No, you can.
If
That's
you
a
have no,
separate
yeah,
issue.
if you have no problems speaking in public.
In public, if you have no
Yeah.
issue speaking in public, but also you can't pitch, it means you don't value your business.
Mm.
And if you don't value your business, figure out why. Because it may be that you don't have your skills are not up to par,
Mhm.
and you need to raise them.
Or pitching is a separate skill on its own,
Also,
and you
it is
also
a
need
skill.
to learn.
But at least
how
you
to
do
pitch.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
people who do it
Uh,
and they don't know how to.
mm.
So it's either you raise your skills to the point where it needs to be, so that you know when you go to that person and pitch,
Yeah.
you know it's a 10 out of 10, or you need to build your confidence. So your skills could be up there, but you don't have confidence for some reason, and you need to.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
confidence is a choice. You decide daily, regularly, I don't know how often, but you decide that you're going to value your work. And
I agree
when you
with that.
decide to do that is when you channel some degree of confidence in something, or you acknowledge that you're lacking confidence in something else.
Yes, and it's okay to acknowledge you lack the confidence, because then you need to fix the thing, and
then you know what you're supposed to work on.
Because your business really needs it.
Yeah.
So, number one, I would love to hear other people's stories. Like we said, we are learning. We also want to know if you were able to overcome the confidence issue. Please, can you just tell us in the comment section?
Yeah.
We would love to hear it. It is very valuable to us. I am not joking when I say that. But number two, if we're still at the point where we need to build up confidence, can we challenge ourselves and the audience to do something that shows confidence in the business? For some people, that could be, okay, I'm going to start the business. Do you know how many people just, I need to do the business plan. Oh, I need to do feasibility studies. And they just keep on pushing it back.
Literally, nobody's asking for perfection.
No one.
Get it done.
Yes. So if you're that person that just needs to start the business, start it. Go register it. It literally takes 5 minutes in South Africa to register a business, and you can do it online. In fact, do that, because that will make you be like,
make you actually see.
oh, I have a business now,
Yeah.
But for someone else, it might not be that. It might be pitching. I don't know what it is for us. We need to figure that out.
Putting ourselves out there
Yes.
properly. That is what it is.
I don't know what's
I still know that my Instagram has not seen a single one of
no one knows
that we're doing.
To be honest, no one on my Instagram, unless you're the close friend that we've told, no one has. Nobody even knows what I do in my professional life. So maybe we could do that. We could put ourselves out there. Maybe they can watch this episode. I don't know. But we need to do something, and the challenge is to do it within 7 days. And just
man. Can you calm down, please?
I'm not, but you need to, you need to have the vim.
Okay, challenge accepted, I guess.
To do it within 7 days. And just challenge yourself so that you can build the confidence, because you will not have a business if you don't market it. You definitely will not have a business if you don't market it, and if you don't believe in it.
So you won't have a growing business, so you won't have a business that rises to new heights.
Yeah.
You'll be stuck at the level that you started, essentially. Yeah.
So, that's it. That's the challenge. Do something that shows you have confidence in your business, and do it within 7 days. Yeah.
That's good. Okay. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate your time. Until the next episode.
Bye.